Today I'm going to talk about how to effectively use eTextbooks on a tablet computer. I'm using an iPad, but I firmly believe that in order for eTextbooks to take hold and be successful, that they need to be usable on a variety of platforms. Now, in my last video, I gave a brief overview of ck12.org. This is a website that allows you to create and customize your own textbooks and then save them as a PDF file. This website specializes in math and science textbooks, but there's a few other subjects that you can choose from as well. Now, if you notice on my iPad, I've got the iBooks app that comes with it, and I've got a Kindle and a Nook app. I've owned a Kindle too, and I've owned a Nook Color, and those are wonderful devices for casual reading, but I think that they lack key features, as does the iBook app. I believe that they lack key features that are necessary for an e-textbook, and that key feature is the ability to take notes in class. Now, all of these apps have note-taking capabilities, but I don't think they are well suited for the classroom environment, and I'm going to demonstrate. I went to iBooks, and I'm going to go to the store, and I've already done a search for CK12. Let me back up a little bit. I did a search for CK12, and they've got a variety of the CK12 textbooks, CK12 that we just talked about, available in the iBook store, and they're all free. The example that we're going to look at today is one of the geometry books, and I'm just going to get a sample. And it's going to download it in the epub format. And so we're only going to be able to view it in iBooks. Okay. Now, the formatting's nice. Page turning is quick and responsive. Let's take a look at note-taking. You can highlight by selecting your text and telling it that you want to highlight. You can highlight a word and look it up in the dictionary, or you can apply a note and it gives you a nice little sticky note. I'm just going to type note, and it puts your little sticky note over here in the margin. You can't see what the sticky note says, but you can see the date. You click on your sticky note and then you can read it. I haven't actually tested it, but I think this would be cumbersome to use in the classroom. And that's very similar to the note-taking ability on the Kindle and Nook. Now, we're going to take a look at a textbook that I made using the CK12 website. I saved it as a PDF in my Dropbox. So let's take a look at that. And I made a geometry textbook, and I saved it one chapter at a time. Each chapter is a separate file. So I'm going to open, or this one's already open. Chapter 3 is already open, and you see that you can scroll through it, but you can't make any notes. But if I send this to an app that I found in the App Store called Notarize, it's a note-taking app. This note-taking app allows me to import PDF files, and then I can do the same note-taking on that PDF. Now, you see here one of the reasons that I saved my geometry textbook one chapter at a time. When I import this PDF file, it does take a little while. This is a 56-page chapter, and it's not unbearably slow, but it takes a little while. But just keep in mind, you only have to import this file once. You're not going to have to go through this waiting process every time you want to use your textbook. Just import it, and then it's in the note-taking app. While we're waiting, I want to talk to you about Notarize. I was looking for a nice note-taking app in the App Store, and I came across this one that was free. and it allowed me to import PDF files. It's very similar to Notes Plus. Notes Plus has a few more features and is a little more polished, but Notes Plus so far does not allow you to import PDFs. And this one did, and it was free. But I checked on Notes Plus website, and it does look like PDF import is something that they're working on. Okay, so now we're in Notarize, and it's got a little sidebar here that you can open and close. This is Chapter 3, and this isn't a geometry, this is a Algebra 1 textbook that I imported. Now at the beginning of this chapter it's got a table of contents, and you can scroll through all 56 pages. Now I found that might take a while. If you're wanting to get to page 56, that could be take a little while. Let's go to the first page of this section, and I found that I think it would be a good idea to add a bookmark to the first page. This is section 3.1, so that's what I'm going to name it. You could also give it the actual name of that section. It might make it easier. And now when I get to section 3.2, I could bookmark it, and then section 3.3, bookmark it, and I would effectively have a table of contents here under my bookmarks. So that makes navigating the large document a little bit easier. Now when I start reading the text, if I'm in class, I'm going to open it up, and you've got an eraser here. You have a highlighter and various colors to choose from. I've got green chosen. You can adjust the width of your highlighter. And this is an actual highlighter, unlike the highlighter on the e-reader apps. It's not a perfect little computer highlight. You can draw, you can circle stuff. It's an actual highlighter. If you want to undo something, you can undo it, or you can redo it. You can erase it. If you want to use a pen, you have the same color choices for the pen. The pen ink is just a little more opaque than the highlighter, but you're still able to adjust the width of your pen. I like to use the pen for underlining. Yeah, underlining and circling stuff or writing notes. And then you also have a text option. And this text option, oops, bumped it. You can type your text, and it can just be plain text, or you have the option of putting a border around your text, and you also have the option of making it a sticky note. I like to make it a sticky note, and I'll go over why I do that in just a little bit. And you also have a recorder option where you can record audio notes, and they will be associated with this page. Now, when I'm done taking notes, make sure that your pen or your highlighter or your text is not selected so that you can use your pinch to zoom to go back. Go to your sidebar. Now, as you're scrolling through, when you're done with that chapter and you're reviewing for a test, you can see, this page has highlights on it and a sticky note. I need to go back and review that page. Or it'll help you save time by skipping over pages that may not have had notes on it. You can also keep scrolling through, and when you come to a page that has an assignment on it, you can zoom in. The first question is asking you to identify the coordinates of point D. Point D is at -2, -2, so I can use my pen and write -2, -2. It's kind of sloppy because I'm writing with my iPad standing up, but I could also use the text option to type that answer. When I'm done with my assignment, I can select share, and I can share that page. I don't want to share all of them. Share just the selected. And I can share it via email or Google Docs or Dropbox. There's a variety of ways to share it. Cancel. Or if there's not enough room on that page to do the assignment, you can insert a page. You can insert a blank page, a white lined page, a yellow page, or a graphing page. For this assignment, graphing might be the way to go. Now, there are some problems on this page that you had to graph, some that you just wrote the answer. Let's see. I'm going to hide my little bar up here. The answer to problem number 1 was -2, -2. And again, when you're done with your assignment, you can share that page, just that page, share that selected page via email. You can email it to your teacher or save it in your Dropbox. Cancel. Oops. Oh, and you can turn pages. You don't have to have the sidebar open. You can flip through pages. Or if you want to scroll through a little faster, you can do that. For me, this seems like the way to go with an e-textbook for higher education. Apps I think would be good for younger children in elementary school, that you can incorporate games with them. I also think that apps would be good supplemental material for just a standard textbook like this. If you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments.